Hello, welcome. I have another N-Gage model to have a look at. I've got a little Dapol Terrier. It's not something I would have normally have bought, but I just really do like the Terriers, and I'm not really sure where I'd run this because I've not really got an N-Gage layout that I would build to run on this. So I'll just show you the end of the box. And this is a Dapol ND100D in N-Gage, and it's a Terrier 060. Its running number is 32662 and it's in BR Lime Black. So let's get this out of the box and have a look. It was actually sold to me as a untested model. So normally I see untested meaning it doesn't work. So let's actually see if this actually does work. So hopefully I'm not disappointed. So we have some paperwork with this, and as you can see there is some disassembly instructions there, and I do know these N-Gage models are very difficult sometimes to get apart. Obviously this one is not DCC ready, but you can chip them if you can find a small enough chip to go in these. It comes in quite nice packaging if you can get them out. Some more modern packaging. Oh, and just to let you know, this is, from what I could read, it does actually say it's a 2009 tooling, and you get some accessories. So it looks like alternative couplings, and some looks like some buffer bead, some 3-link couplings to place on the front of the logo. And it's and this is very small. I don't know if you'd be able to DCC chip this. I understand, I bet people have, you know, but this is extremely small. And there is a really good list of detailed parts that it actually says on this. So I'm going to have a look on the white background, have a look at the detailed parts, and then we can have a look and see how good the quality is of this. And actually, does it run? I am very interested in that. But before that, we'll have a really good look at the detail. And there we are. Let's have a look at the level of detail and what extras we get. And what I've had a look online, it seems to be a lot of factory fitted detail, so with separate parts. So you've got the chimney with separate parts, coal rails, condensing apparatus, the dome, handrails, pipework, reverser, safety valve, water tank caps, whistle, and some buffer beam detail. It says cosmetic hook and the pipework pre-fitted to front and rear. And then we have cab footplates and interior detail. I'm not sure on how much interior detail there will be in the cab, so let's have a good close-up. And yes, you can see a very good level of detail here. And we can see the vacuum pipes on the front there. And for such a small locomotive, there is an incredible amount of detail fitted. And you do have glazing on the cab there. And I wonder if we can get to see inside there. And the glazing on the inside is just a single piece, so it's not quite as fine, but obviously if you want to make that into a true glaze window, I think it would have just been too small. So let's have a look at the front of the locomotive, and we can see the smokebox dart there is just moulded, but I think that would just be too small to have a separate part. But you do have the coupling hook. It's just and it looks like you get a nice bit of detail at the back of the locomotive as well. You can see a coal load there. Here the handrails aren't too fine, but obviously for this scale that's very nice. And not really any cab detail, just from what I can see it looks like some wiring in there. I find it hard to get it to focus right in the cab there. Okay, I think we've seen enough of the detail. I'm interested in seeing how well this runs. Okay, we've had a good look at the level of detail on this model, and I'm really interested in see if this runs. It's actually a very light model, so we'll have a look at the weight after this. So let's see if we've got any movement, and yes. Now, I am quite surprised on that. And it is quite smooth. A little bit jerkier on slow, but that's not bad. So, can it do a crawl? Let's have a closer look at that. Right then, let's turn power up nice and slowly. No, it didn't seem to want to do a controlled crawl there. Let's bring that back to the centre. See if we can get it to run nice and slowly in this direction. Seems to start up. That seems to be about the slowest I can get this to run. So obviously you would expect this to be running very slow on your layout. Maybe this is how all these ones are. So I've got a loop of track set up. So let's go and see if we can get this to run a little bit better after a bit of a run-in. run it at 40, and which seems to be in reverse to start with, so that's fine. And I would say it's quite a nippy little loco. Right, I'm going to leave this for 30 minutes and I'll come back. Right, I've not run it in for a full 30 minutes each direction, but I've given it 15 minutes now in each direction, so we've just had a 30-minute run in. So I'm just going to see if this does actually run a little bit better on a crawl. Now I'm interested in, now it's had a little bit of a run in, will it crawl a little bit better? Seems to just start about the same. I thought I was going to get a crawl then. Okay, that's about it really. So it's improved very slightly, but not a great deal. I think you can actually put a cordless motor into these from what I have seen in the past. That'll probably improve the crawl. That's sort of a little bit better. So the running has made a difference. Now I'm very curious to see how much this actually weighs, because it is a very, very light loco. I'm guessing about 40. She's not even 20. That is extremely light, but it seems to do its job. A quick roundup and overview of this tiny little model from Dapol. Yes, I think it's a really nice looking loco. It runs good once you're running, but if you really want a loco to do a crawl, this is not going to be doing that crawl. It possibly would work better if it had a cordless motor. And I did notice, I'm not sure if this will focus. Yeah. But you can see the gearing there. It's actually a lot of mechanism really for what it is. That's possibly why it won't do a crawl that well. So, but I don't know. I mean, it might have been just the way the motor's designed. So, but it does seem to all work. Right, I'm going to pack this away. And if you're just running a layout on DC, I think it would make quite a nice little loco. And once you're up and running, obviously it performs quite nicely. Well, I've forgotten the detailing back there. I do this a lot and then have to come back. So can I just squeeze that in there? It's annoying if you lose those. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a good evening or a good rest of the day, and take care.